so I'm gonna try and show how I'm going to get him into the pouch. Don't mind my hair, it's gonna be washed later. Okay, so I have my scarf, and I already he really likes dehydrated marshmallows, so I know that, so I put that in here to kind of entice him. So this is my scarf. It has the grommets and the zipper. And then this is Burton. You can kind of see him peeking out. I was turning around trying to look for my phone. So what I'm gonna do is I already have this open with the treats inside, and I have this open. So what I'm just gonna roll my sleeves up. So he's being pretty cool today. So what I'm gonna do actually first is, because a lot of pouch aggression can start with the pouch up over their head, it feels like they have more to protect. So what I do is I start by rolling it down and giving him less space that it feels like I have to go into for him. It's less scary. Now he's like, oh, the hello world. So he's kind of peeking out, right? So then what I'm gonna do is I am gonna kind of try to pop his head out here. I know, and he grabbed at me a little bit. And then I'm gonna basically just show him into it. And I'm just gonna guide him in. And I don't know if you can see, but he just climbed in. So now I'm gonna start to close it. I'm just gonna make his, I know. I just made sure his little tail was out of the way. And he's in now. So this is new for him. So this is really kind of scary. So once he kind of understands, he'll find the treats and he'll hang out with me while I sew and work. And he'll listen to me talk, like as I just kind of like go through my day, like take phone calls, whatever. And he'll kind of hear me talk and like eat, and like I kind of sing to myself, and he'll start, like that'll really jumpstart the bonding process, because the reason the bonding scarves work so well is because they place them right at the level of like your heart and your voice box. So it's really soothing because they get like the vibration from, number one, your voice, but they can also hear your heartbeat, which makes them feel a lot more comfortable and bonded to you. So I hope that helped. And yeah.
Hi everyone, this is Morgan Berliner. I'm here with Morgs and Friends, and today I'm going to bond and see if the baby wants to come out for the first time. So as some of you know, I got a new Joey the other day, and we picked him up this weekend. So I've given him a couple days to be alone and settle in. He's responding to my voice and he'll take treats, but he is still pretty nervous. So basically what I'm doing is I wanted to document everything to show you guys, because I know I help people with their new gliders, but I figured why not show on video what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and share this into the group really quick. And let me know if you're here, hashtag live, hashtag replay, say hi if you're here. I'm excited to be here with you guys. The subscription boxes just went out for this month, so I can't wait to hear how you guys like them. And I can't wait to see everything, your gliders using everything. So those were holiday boxes, so I'm really hoping that you guys like them and your gliders like them. And I'm just sharing this into the group now. But yeah, feel free to ask any questions that you have. I want to be documenting the different things that we're doing. And as I'm trying to bond with him, because I know that it's really intimidating, especially for a lot of people who are really new to gliders. It's kind of an unknown and hard to visualize, so I thought that this would make it a little bit easier. So basically what I'm doing right now is hi Heidi, thanks for being here. So his name is Burton. He's a ringtail mosaic. He's in this pouch right here. We're in my bathroom. My bathroom is completely glider proof. I checked all of like the tub and the toilet just to make sure there are no holes behind there. And the only thing is there is a hole behind the toilet. It's pretty large. It's called like an apron. So I boarded that up with a cardboard top, and I taped that up with packing tape, so that's really strong so that nobody can get under there. But other than that, everything else is sealed off. I have under the door, I have a bath mat, and then I have a towel. So and yeah, everything else is sealed off. So he is a 12-week-old ringtail mosaic. He was neutered on the 24th. And he is, he's really handsome. He's looking up at me right now. I don't know if you guys can see him. Let me try to get a little bit closer. Hey, handsome boy. So that's little Burton. He's still crabbing and lunging a little bit. So basically what I'm doing to bond with him is basically I'm just ignoring him. So I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna talk to you guys. I brought my computer in. Feel free to ask me any questions, do anything. Basically I'm gonna see if he wants to come out, and if he comes out, I'm still going to ignore him. I may pet him a little bit, but I'm not going to force him. He is saying that he is he's pulling his cover back over. You can see his little face in there, his little handsome boy face. So this is actually my first Joey, as most of you know already. I have 3 letters. Before him, I have Horace, Jasper, and Olive. All 3 of them are standard grays, and they're all rescues, and I got them all as adults. So this is my first Joey. So basically what you want to do in this time is you want them to just get used to like your presence and to understand that you're not scary, you're not this big monster, you're not, remember these guys are prey animals, so any like hands or anything like coming at them can be interpreted as something that wants to eat them, or kill them in the wild. Like their job in the wild is basically like don't get killed. So if you're gonna start off by being really scared and they may crab, they may bite, they may lunge, that's all normal. That's all their response to something that's threatening to them. So in order to really start to train them and understand that this is not something that's a threatening situation, that I am not a threatening being, one, I'm talking so he can hear my voice and know that like, and start to understand that that's more of a voice. Hi, Hunter! And then I want to let him come out on his own. So I never want to like dump him out or force him or like reach in there and pull him out, because that could be really scary. So I want him, if he's curious and wants to come out, that's his prerogative and he can do that. So I have fleece in there. So I drove down. We had to go to Lake Havasu, so it's like a 3.5-hour drive. And then we stayed down there, and I put fleece like in my bra, but I also suggest sometimes you can put it in the hamper, you can put it in your bra, you can sleep with it however you want. But I put fleece in there, little fleece blanket that I wore in my bra that day, and then the next day as well. And so he is now snuggling down onto that. I have the pouch that he came with. I put that in the cage with him, so that way he doesn't lose any of the smells from home. And once he stops using it, so this is actually the first day that he's sleeping in a different pouch that he came home with. So I put in the fleeces in there, the fleece blankets, so that he can get used to my smell. And then this is the first time that he's been in a pouch that's different than the one that he came home with. So he's just kind of hanging out in there, and I'm just gonna pretty much ignore him and pretend that he doesn't exist, which is super hard because he's super cute. But yeah, so he's a neutered male. He was neutered on the 24th. I got him from Danielle at My Little Sugar Glider. She's a USDA breeder. He is so cute. Did you see him at the beginning? He was like peeking out and saying hello. But yeah, she's a USDA breeder located in Lake Havasu. He didn't want to eat for the first couple days. I put some of the pellets in there, and then he was like, oh yes, these are delicious. So, because I know that she feeds OHPW and the Happy Glider pellets too. But I put some of those in there, so there he is. Everybody, this is Burton. We also call him Little Timmy. So this is the first time actually that he hasn't crabbed at me, so that's really exciting. This morning when I talked to him and I said hi, he popped his little head out when he heard my voice, so I think he's starting to understand. And this is the first time he hasn't crabbed or lunged since Sunday, so yeah, so I'm just gonna let him do his thing, hang out. I figured if you guys wanted to, we'd come hang out. I brought my computer in too, so I can do like some accounting work and everything instead of sewing today. But I'm really excited. I have some really cool new, I have a really cool new pattern that I'm hoping to have another restock or release. And oh, there he is. I'm hoping to have another restock or release in a couple days, or not a couple days, oh gosh, sorry, a couple weeks. So I will let you guys know more about that. But as you see, he's coming out and I am ignoring him. So we'll see what he does. Oh, there's a baby on my... So I'm just ignoring him and I'm just gonna let him basically explore and smell. And if he's anything like his brothers and sisters, he's gonna probably climb into my hood, which is cool. But yeah, I don't want to freak him out right now. He's pooping on me, which is a good sign. That's always, you're part of the club once you get pooped on. So thank you. Oh, Joy, your scarf went out today. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And that went to the post office, so that's there. But yeah, so clearly I am part of the club now because I'm getting pooped on, so I've made it, guys. But this is the first time he's really been more curious about me. And I'm just trying to give him that, space. I'm not gonna make any sudden movements, but I am gonna clean this poop off my hand. Home slices in the bathrobe. Sir. No? Okay. He's up in the bathrobe now. Usually I say to take that down, but I forgot that was there. So if he comes out on his own, I'll probably take that down. I may grab him. I am going to grab him out. Or we'll just take that down. So it'll just be down on the floor with us. But you want to come out of there? Yay! How about we come out? That's good. How about we come out of there? You can Oh, there we go. That's good. There we go. Okay, so he's on my leg now. So I'm pretty much just gonna sit on this and pretend that that doesn't exist. And I'm just gonna let him explore me. And let him smell and kind of figure out that I'm not scary. Hello? Hey, buddy. Hey, handsome. I wonder if he'll go into my hood. We'll see. Or in my hair. I feel like he's a lot more curious about that. I know I have the crazy hair today. You guys have to see the... Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I scared you. I didn't mean to. There's a little tail in my ear. It's going... Where are you, sir? Oh, hi. So, yeah, just letting him explore. Hold on, I gotta pull up my computer because it won't let me see. It wouldn't let me see your comment. You can try treats. Have you tried having treats in there with you? You can try having treats and like kind of putting it at the mouth of the pocket or at the mouth of the pouch to have them kind of come out. You can also try rolling the pouch down and like kind of manipulating them a little bit just to like get them to peek out, and then roll the pouch down and then let them. That's actually what I did with my trio, especially Olive. She was really skittish when I got her. So that's actually what I did with her to get her to first interact with me, is rolled the pouch down and had some treats in there. So, and I kind of encouraged her to come out. Hi, bud. And then if you, and yeah, just like sit there and pretty much just ignore them. Like bring a book in there, bring like a book, bring your computer, and just kind of focus on that and see if she'll come out. What are you doing? I'm just kind of letting him like smell on my hand, not like grabbing at him or anything. So when I first got Horace and Jasper, they were biters. So they would do this and then bite me. So how I did that was my yogurt trick. Where are you going? He's trying to, I have stripes on my wall, so he's trying to. Okay. Yeah, some of them just take a little bit longer to figure and like to feel safe. How old is he? And is he an only glider too? You can also try putting the pouch in like a scarf with you and then trying that way. Sometimes they just need more to feel safe. Yeah, this is the new baby. This is Burton. He was crawling up. He was like in my hood and like up by my hair. He's trying to, I have stripes on the walls, and so he's trying to climb those right now. But he's upset because he can't. So, he's right. Actually, it's funny. He's right like where my phone is. So, but he's just kind of trying to figure out. So I put the pouch down to see if he wants to go back in there. He's trying to climb the tripod right now. You're not gonna make it, bud. It's not. It's so funny because I've never really had a Joey before. I like have seen them. Oh, okay. Yeah, it'll just take time. You guys will get there, and you can try putting the pouch in a scarf, and then wearing it that way so that he starts like learning your scent, and then he's found the cardboard that I blocked my toilet behind the toilet off with. Hi, Burton. Just want to make sure he doesn't get like stuck back there. There you go. You can also, do you put like the blankets? Yeah, that'll take a little bit longer. Have you tried sleeping with like fleece blankets with your smell on them? Because that might really help too. So I wanted to kind of get him away from behind the toilet. So I put the pouch out for him to see if he'd walk back in there. He's doing really well. I picked him up on Sunday. So this is actually our first interaction. I wanted to film it with you guys. So he's doing really well. He's afraid and he's crabbing and like lunging and biting. So I'm just trying to go really slow with him, I've just kind of been ignoring him. Like if you go back and see, he was like crawling up all over me. And then he jumped and tried to climb the wall, and then that's when he kind of like freaked out. So he's back in the pouch now. But he's doing really well. He's curious little boy. But he's really sweet. Danielle was saying too that she's spent a lot of time with him and that he's a really sweet boy. So I think once he gets more comfortable with me, he'll be more excited. And like he'll be a little mama's boy. So he's gonna have to be alone for a little bit too, because he is so much smaller than my other gliders. Actually, the other gliders just had their dentals yesterday. Olive had 6 teeth that needed to be pulled in the back. She had all of her molars and her premolars pulled, a bunch of them, and had an infection in one of the molars. Jasper got to keep his teeth. It was pretty much just gingivitis, so we're going to be cutting down the honey, and for sure, try the blankets, cut up some scrap fleece and sleep with it, and like really spend a lot of time with it. So like wear it all day and then sleep with it, and then try and put it in, because I think once you really starts to warm up to your smell and understand that that's like a good thing, then when he smells it, when you're together, he'll start to recognize it. So like that's what I've been trying to do, is give him like fleece with my smell on it. And then so now when he smells that in his pouch and then he smells me, he's like, oh, like it's the same. So he associates that with like, okay, like that's what my pouch smells like, so that must be safe because I feel safe in my pouch, so I feel safe with my mom. So that's what I've been really trying to do. But yeah, the other guys, so poor Horace had gingivitis that built up in like the last like 2 months, and it affected the alveolar bone. So when she was trying to pull the incisors themselves were healthy, so they didn't come out easily, but that symphysis right there broke. So I don't know if it's like considered necessarily a jaw fracture, but that part that like stabilizes, because I don't know if you know anatomy of like, it's basically a bunch of mammals, but there are two sides. The jaw is two separate bones, and then it joins. It's what's called the symphysis, and so that part broke. So, or not broke, but like I don't know if it's like the cartilage or it just like separated. Like she didn't put any pressure on it or anything. So we think that some of the bacteria got in there and compromised some of the bone right there at the front, but didn't actually compromise. There's nothing wrong with like the teeth themselves. Honestly, the first time Jasper had an abscess that showed on the outside, and it was small. And so I brought him in, and I had already wanted to bring them in for checkups. And then Jasper, I usually check his teeth out like every couple weeks, and I put a Q-tip in there, and I couldn't tell if it was like pus or like chewed up food, and it didn't smell like pus, but it I called and made an appointment for him anyway. And because Jasper had already had the tartar that was there a few months earlier, and Olive was kind of doing like a grabby thing at her face, like that had just started, so I made appointments for all three and was just decided to bring them all in, just because Olive was doing that weird thing. Like it kind of looked like, I don't know if you've seen when they've gotten like a hair in their mouth, it kind of looked like she was doing that. So I couldn't tell at first like if she had a hair in her mouth or if it was like pain. So that probably went on for like, and she didn't do it all the time either. So it was like maybe sometimes when she woke up, but like some days she didn't. So that's why I was like, okay, like was that a fluke? Did you have a hair in your mouth? Like what was going on? So the Horace, I literally just decided to, because I didn't want to bring Jasper in and chance any issues with the other ones. So yeah, it's actually pretty scary that it went down that way. So Horace and Olive are both on antibiotics, and then they're all on Medicam right now. Basically, Horace is going to be on antibiotics for like a while, and then just to make sure we get that infection out of the bone. But because of that, so she ended up putting a suture through, because usually in a bigger animal you would wire that together, because the two sides then move like independently. Sorry buddy, I'm not trying to scare you. But with gliders, you know, it would cause more pain, and they used basically dissolving sutures, because on normal nylon sutures, I'm trying not to be loud or like startle him, on the nylon sutures, it's called what's called a cutting needle, because it cuts fluid. Oh, okay, I don't know why I jumped. I didn't expect you to do that. I was just trying to fix it for you. I don't know why I jumped. You scared me. You scared me. But on nylon sutures, they have what's called a cutting needle, because as you do technically like sew, you cut through the flesh. So they didn't want to cause more trauma up there. So they used dissolving sutures, but the sutures, we have to go back in 10 days because the sutures will start to dissolve. So we have to see like how it's healing and how it's holding up. So I feel terrible, but even the vet was saying it's nothing I did. They were eating. Literally there was no change to any of their behavior or any of that. The only thing was Olive like kind of grabbing at her jaw like maybe once that I caught. And then just because I go in there and there was blood on like the Q-tip with Jasper, and I'm like, okay, like after 2 dentals you shouldn't be having gingivitis like this. So and then you're okay, buddy. And then Horace literally had no change at all. So she was even saying that it might be something in gliders where dentals actually have to be more frequent, like that might be something that we didn't really know about before, but they might need just frequent dentals to remove that tartar. We're gonna be cutting down the honey. I use the OHPW recipe, but we're gonna be doing a 1/2 cup of honey instead of the 1.5 cups. So definitely talk to your vet before you do something like that, like we discussed it. And also having pellets. Horace doesn't really eat bugs, mealworms or anything like that. The other 2 will, but she said it's nothing that I did wrong. It's nothing that I could have done differently. If anything, I caught it super early and like way earlier than I normally would have, or just like way earlier than it's normally caught, just because like there was no change. I'm just neurotic, and I think I've mentioned it, but my dog had to have like a bunch of mast cell tumors removed like the summer and the fall. It's like the last few months have been really hard because my dog had to have a bunch of different surgeries. Yeah, it was super scary. So yeah, my dog had to have a bunch of different surgeries, and literally like I don't know why I wouldn't normally, like they were in places where you normally wouldn't have caught. Like they started from like underneath, like in the subcu, and he's a pay, so you can't even like really see differences in his skin because he just has wrinkles. Like you don't really think to like squeeze his wrinkles. I just do, because that's also like my history as a tech too, is like I just check things. It's just kind of habit at this point, and I'm glad I did. But yeah, it's basically just checkups, and I just kind of had a feeling. So the insurance is definitely really helpful with that too. I mean, they've already covered all of Jasper's stuff up to this point. The only thing is I don't know if they're going to cover Horace because he already had tartar when I had, so that's the thing too, is the vet and I were talking, is like normally it's not a thing when like gliders have tartar. They don't get like routine dentals like dogs do to remove that tartar. So she was saying almost like she's not really sure if that's something that's gonna be a thing this point forward, if that's something that maybe gliders need, is more like routine dentals versus like, you know, they're fine until they're not fine. So that's kind of something that we're exploring, and we'll see how they do. She had also thought too that it could be genetics, that it may not be something like even mechanical, like something's physically wrong too, it just may be genetics, and that they were, I mean, I don't know their history. I got Horace and Jasper together. From what I understand, they're related. I don't know if they came really from a breeder. They said that they came from a breeder, but they were their second home. So I am the third home for both. I'm the third home for both Horace and Jasper and Olive. So I don't know if they came from an actual breeder, or if they came from like a breeder and have some inbreeding. I don't know if Olive came, I don't know where she came from. But what's crazy is she literally had the opposite. So with the boys, it's their front teeth, and with her, it was all of her back teeth, but her front teeth are fine. So, but yeah, she was also saying genetics can play a huge part of that too. So, yeah. I think he's decided that he's done. Alright, I think he's gonna go back to sleep. So I thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad you guys got to see him. I think I don't know if you guys want to keep seeing like the bonding process. Let me know. But I wanted to kind of document this and talk about both this and with the trio too, because I know it's something like I know how to handle these things because of because of being a tech. It makes it a lot easier. But I know that it could be really scary and really hard if you don't have that experience, or you don't have experience working with like hospitalized animals or injured animals. So I wanted to document this, and I know I get a lot of requests, especially as a mentor too, with a lot of people with new gliders. So thank you guys for joining. I will be back next Wednesday at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 3 p.m. California, Pacific Standard, and 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And the toy box we're going to build together from the subscription box on the 9th. So, and I'll let you guys know, I'll be posting announcements as I get closer with the restock. So thank you so much, guys. Have a great rest of your day.